Welcome to this look at a packed new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I am here on the map BR-163MS by Oito. I know it came out a couple of days ago. I'm trying to catch up with mods. 5 maps dropped over the last couple of days. I've done 2 map tours. This is the 3rd with 2 more to go. I drove back from the Lake District today, which took about 5.5 hours, 6 hours. So I'm trying to get this up and then I'll get on to the other 2 hopefully tomorrow. This map is based on a stretch of the BR-163 highway in Brazil, in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul. Mato Grosso do Sul is in the central west part of Brazil and it borders Bolivia and Paraguay, just in case you wanted to know. The map looks like this. What I love about this, Oito. It does great maps. It's very colourful, this one. Very Brazilian with the ground textures and that kind of stuff. The sound effects, the level of detail, just across the map, you'll see as we go around, it's incredible. But the map itself here is on a phone as well, which is so you can kind of get that up on your phone. It's a clever way. So the Farmer Phone Pro, I just like that as an idea. I'm on New Farmer, as I always am. The map is 659.13 megabytes download, but when you see the level of detail, including the sound effects, you'll understand why. So, on New Farmer, we start with plot 1 down here. I am going to put some money in, because there are some plots we need to buy as we go around. There are some mods put in by Oito as well, which we'll have a look at too. Field prices vary, and you've got a bit of everything from the smaller fields down in the centre section here. That's 37 grand, 53, 67, working our way up through mid-range up to the larger fields up here. So you're looking at sort of 560 odd, 350 odd, and then up to this one here at 1.3 million or 1.35 million. So we've got a nice range of fields. We do have a quarry up to the top. We'll talk about that when we get there as well. Now, some of the plots you can't buy, some you can. I have been checking to see that there's something missing. Again, it will make more sense as we go through. And we'll talk about the mods now. The birds are quite loud, and as we go around, some of the sound effects are. So I'll try to speak up where I need to. This has got a custom soil map for precision farming. It's got point of sale for Platinum DLC if you've got the Platinum DLC installed. It does have contracts available on it, and there are 20 collectibles. I will talk about slot count when we get down to the farm, because it's more relevant there because of the farm machinery and vehicles and that kind of stuff. So, under build mode, if we go to sheds and scroll out along to the end, you'll see we've got some sheds put in here. Under silos, on the end we've got the grain silo, 1 million litres. That's a standard crop type silo, it's not multi-fruit. Under silo extension, we've got these here. So we've got a silo extension 500,000 litre. We've got the silo bag, which is another extension you can just put down wherever you want, as long as it's next to an original silo. Water tank extension. That's important because in this one, under containers, we've got 2 liquids tanks. Those can supply with fresh water to greenhouses and stuff like that. There's 2 of those to look at. Under tools, I don't think there's anything. Hang on. Farmhouses, we have a selection. We do have a few around. When I said about buying plots of land, there are a few sleep triggers you can buy with some additional farms. Under production, we go out to the end here. We've got these. So we have got a bakery, which it does bread and cake. Nothing over the top there. But we have got a canning factory. The canning factory, there's not one on the map. At least I haven't found it. But you can place this canning factory, and there you can do canned corn, tomato sauce in cans, canned olives, and ketchup are the products you can make there with combinations of olive, sugar, corn, tomatoes, and water. We've got an oil mill, and the extra one on there is soy oil you can make. There are 10 extra productions on here. That's 5 of them. There are 5 more we're going to have a look at later on when we get to the dairy. Under animals, we have got a cow barn with feeding robot. Some of the other ones are fixed in place, and if you get rid of them, you can't then replace them. You'll see when we get to the main farm. There's one sitting on the hillside, but that's not here available to replace. But it's taken the standard one there with 80 and taken it up to 160, so we've got a difference there in capacity. There's nothing under the rest of the animals. Under decoration, I don't think we had anything. And then under landscaping, we had some extra textures out along there, some dirts and gravels and concrete and rock and that kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm trying to think, did we it might be the other way, I'm sure we had some extras. Palm trees and things like that, yes, there's a whole load, eucalyptus, mango, palm trees, there's a whole load of trees, and under plants we've got a couple of extra meadow textures there. So quite a few mods thrown in on top of what we get, including that canning factory and the oil. What we're going to do is start here, because we've got the supermarket. Next to it there's a restaurant. There are sell points for both of these round the back. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you is it does say that there are opening times for some of the facilities, but the thing about it is that says 7 o'clock to 6 p.m. It's now 8:08 and it hasn't changed, so I thought maybe there's an hour's difference on that. It doesn't actually, they don't open until 9 a.m. So what I'm going to do is very quickly, let's just speed up time a second till we get to 9. You'll see them open. I was going to do a little clip, but I thought it's easier just doing it while I'm on the map tool. There's quite a lot to get around, so I'll try to be as efficient as possible. There we go. And if we come into here, there's things like this, the engine noises, all the pallets, there's people everywhere, there's sound effects. When we get around to the vehicle shop, there's music playing, so I've got to be careful because I don't want to get copyright strike. But supermarket sell point around the back here, and through the gate there. Is it next door? Hang on. That's the supermarket. Where was the restaurant one? Oh no, that's the supermarket, restaurants around the back. Yes, that's supermarket, restaurant around the back. It's all part of the same building. I said, hang on a minute. That's all part of the same building. I'm sure it is. So actually, that's. Oh no, that's just someone's garden. We do have a pickup here, which we can jump into. We're going to move forward just as traffic will move. It's just the pickup sat there. It's going to be a slightly peculiar route. The highway runs right the way through the middle of the map, bifurcates it. We're going to kind of start here, go along, cross over, come back, and then we go up north and we come down south. There's a lot to see, a lot to get in. Let's see if we can fit it all in. I hope so. So, as we come along, we've got a cash point, the bank there. The right hand side here, we've got a bakery. Now all this stuff is custom. Pizzeria to our left hand side, I think that stands for pizzeria, yeah, pizzeria to our left hand side. But a lot of this stuff is all custom, with custom signs. Then the bakery stuff is around the back, inputs and pallets spawn around the back. If we go just past here, we've got market, so we've got supermarket and market sell point. The sell point's just around the back of that building there. Just in there. See the gates have opened there as well. We go around the roundabout, we're going to come round to the dairy. Now, like I said, I'm going to put some money in because we need to, well, some of the roads you'll see as we go around, it's rather bumpy. The lighting's very good. It's, like I say, it's very colourful. It's got a very bright feel to it all. And we've got a load of cows here already, but these plots of land need to be bought. What I do like as well is the flowers, because on certain sell points and stuff, you've got it on the, there you go, is it Mane? Lacticinos? Sorry, terrible. And it's got it on the verge there, we've got the flowers. So the dairy's just there. Oh, we need to buy that. That was where the next set of productions are. So we've talked about 5 of them, the canning factory and the soy oil. Bear with me a second, I'm just going to put some money in and then we'll be back and we'll carry on. There we go, that's better. So we go forward to the dairy and purchase that for 70,000. Then click on it again. We can make, as well as butter, cheese and chocolate, we've got yogurt, skim milk, UHT milk, whole milk and lactose-free milk. All with slightly higher cycles per month, and recipes are all there, which is pretty cool. So I think that takes up to 10. Pretty sure it's canned corn, canned olive, tomato sauce, ketchup, soy oil and those 5. That's 10 new productions is what it says in the instructions. I don't think I've missed any. So that's the dairy. I need to show you that. But around here you can see some cows. The dairy milk in is here, and your productions pallets will spawn out the back there. If we come to here, you can see there's another building over there, one there as well as some cows. If I go to here, so we're now at this point here, this can be bought, this whole plot. Now that's something I want to talk about, the discrepancy between plots versus fields. We've got field numbers, but then you've got plots. So this one here is plot 19, which we can buy, which has field 15 on it. So yeah, there's different numbers, but anyway, that will set you back 511 grand, and that takes in the dairy area and all that kind of stuff. So I buy that, do that. We've now got 2 cow barns on here, and the triggers have now come up. So the cows are already in here. We come across. There we go. We've got 80 out of 160. I think it's 80 out of 160 over there as well. In this one here, just there. And then we've got a workshop trigger. I don't know if you just see the blue disc through there. This has got the, these are the ones that were saying they were modded, 160 rather than 80 with the robots. So if you want to buy the whole dairy area, you can, and there's cows here already, which is pretty cool. We've got a sort of, not subterranean, it's not underground, but sunk into the ground. We've got a silage clamp just there. And if we come up through here and open the doors, we've got a workshop trigger in this large building here, which is all part of this plot. There. So 511 grand, plus you get field 15 as well on the bottom. A bargain, if you ask me. Can jump back in the pickup, and we shall continue. We're going to cross over the highway, or under it. I think we might go under it, but we're going to cross the highway anyway. Where did I leave the pickup? All over here. Probably should have driven it. But... and we're going to go to... oh no, before we cross over, we've got somewhere else we need to go to. Actually, we'll probably back up and be easier. But even that on the top, the milk carton, it's all custom work. It's fantastic. I'm liking it a lot, I have to say. It's packed. Absolutely packed. Before we cross over the highway, we've got the biogas plant. I think we have to drive around it, I think, to get into it. Just around here. There you go, BGA and flowers as well. Biogas plant is a 250, I think it is. I'll set back 875 grand. It's a standard one. As you can see, silage, slurry, manure and sugar beet cut. Standard recipes with digestate coming out. Silage clamp just over there as well. I don't know actually, can we buy this plot of land? I'm just thinking. Yes, we can. We can buy a plot of land as well if you want to. So if you want to add more placeables or stuff on this plot, you can. That's the biogas plant. Next. So now we're going to go under the highway. And because of the way the traffic goes, it's I would have been going against the flow of traffic. See what I mean about being quite bumpy. I haven't found a collectible. There are supposed to be 20, but I haven't seen any. So if we come to the road here, I really shouldn't be going against the traffic here, because the traffic's coming towards me here. So what we're going to do is cut around the back of these. It's just the way the sort of map tool worked out, where I started and where I was going to kind of work my way around. But you can use the highway as well, if you should desire. I'm keeping my eye out. I'm just thinking, have I missed the cannery yet? Or is it just, it's just there? I'm sure it's just there as the mod you can put in. So, if we come into here, we have got sale of agricultural inputs. So there's a sell point here where you can sell things like liquid fertilizer, seed, that kind of stuff. So if you've got a surplus, you can. But you've also got, around here, the purchase of said items. So we can buy liquids and we can buy solids from here. So things like liquid fertilizer, and you can check that if we come down to our prices menu and we go down to those types of items like seed, you'll see sale of agricultural inputs where you can sell it, but then you've got seed, fertilizer and lime that you can buy. So these are here. So buy point and a sell point for those things. And then we've got next door is the, what's it called? Lizard transport. So I'm not going out onto the highway, just going to cut in here. We've got the sell point, Lizard Transport. Again, level of detail with all the lorries, engine sounds. What I love is one of the bays is marked out with a forklift sitting there as well, so you can back up to sell. With people walking around in there, it just feels so immersive, so well done. Right, I need to crack on. I've just realised I've barely scratched the surface, and it's going to be a long one this. Right, we're going to cut back out and around the back. And out here we've got the PB gas station. I'm going to just cut across the grass. We're coming the wrong way through it, that's right. We've got the PB gas station. Again, got a tanker unloading its fuel. Engines running, vehicles, people all over the place. Traffic coming out as well, which I think is great. We've got another restaurant, sell point, just over there. Plenty of places to sell things. And then we're going to cut around here. I think I'm going to go all the way around the back of it. To the next sell point. And this is another one of those ones, like a lot of the Brazilian maps, you've got these massive facilities for just one sell point. But again, the level of detail at the sell points is brilliant. All of that there, next to us, to our right, that's the Lizard Agro-Industrial Cooperative. It's a sell point, but it's massive. Absolutely massive. So we come in, there's a loop round. The trees, the flowers, the people, the vehicles. It's all going on. Tractors picking up, unloading, wheel loaders, there's all sorts of stuff going on. And the sell point is just there. Coming out of there. Sorry, it's a bit of a whistle stop, it has to be, unfortunately. We've got the vehicle shop. Now there is music playing, so I might talk loudly as we go past. Just inside, the doors do open, the roller shutters open, and there's the trigger inside for the vehicle workshop. And then round the side here, you've got the vehicle workshop trigger itself. You've got a Krona forage harvester up on the lift being repaired, but there's also a forklift truck here. I'm trying to move further enough away that I don't hear the music. But the forklift truck is here. You can use it if you want. It's not part of your inventory. It's not under leased items. So there is a forklift truck here. Workshop trigger there, and then, like I say, the vehicle store trigger is just inside. There's some lovely people in there that will help you out should you need any help. That's the vehicle store. Don't think I've heard any music yet. Get a copyright strike, that's the last thing I need. So from the vehicle store, I'm just checking my list, I think we're going to go straight up. We are to another huge facility. You can buy the plot of land that this facility is on. This is sugar production. It's not actually production, it's not a sugar factory. It's just a sell point as far as I can tell. I've been around and I can't find anything for sugar production, so you'd have to probably put a sugar mill on if you wanted to, which surprised me a little bit, but again, it's a massive place with all this stuff going on. All custom stuff again. I couldn't find any other triggers. Actually, that's the point. What we'll do, just to make sure, because it might be that if I buy the plot of land, so we're up here now. We came through the town here, out to the dairy, out to the biogas. We came underneath there. We've gone along and done all of these. We're at the vehicle. We did the vehicle store. We've now come up here. So we're now up here. It says sugar production. This you can buy, plot 51. So let's buy it and see if any other triggers come up. No, I don't think it is. But this is what I love. Look, again, level of detail. All the lorries, the sugarcane lorries, and tractors, all waiting to unload. It's brilliant. There's stuff all over the place. All these extra sound effects. For the sell point, which is just there. That's sugar production. Now we come to the first plot of land we need to purchase. That we need to purchase. I'm going to purchase it to show you, which is just here. So this is plot 52, which has field number 4 on it. We go into here. This will give us a sleep trigger. It gives us a barn, and it gives us the silo. The silo is an NL1622 6000. It's a 6 million litre silo. Standard crop types. We go back to our map. We're now here. Click on that. So plot 52. Buy that, which has got field 4 in it, and you see the triggers now come up. We've got one of the water tanks here. The water tanks are dotted around on plots of land you can buy and at the main farm when we get to that. We can fill it ourselves, or we can get someone to come and fill it for us. We can do water, milk, liquid fertiliser, herbicide, diesel, or back again. The houses are brilliant. If we come inside here, patio doors open, the windows open. We've got lights here, door to the bathroom, more windows open. Where are we? There we go. That's the same on all of them, so when we get to any of the others, and then inside here we've got a wardrobe trigger and a sleep trigger. So if you want this as your farmhouse, you can. I think once you've bought the land, I'm pretty sure on all of them we can remove them if we want to. So if you just want the plot of land but you don't want the buildings, I don't think I can remove the shed, but I can remove the silo if I want to. That's what I say, 6 million litre silo, or you could put other productions on here. So if you decided you want to put your canning factory here or something else, you could remove some of the bits and do that if you want. So now we're going to head out to the quarry. I'm going to do the short route in. There's kind of a route round the quarry. Another plot of land that you can buy. It has lime production in the middle of it. Now this was on, what was the other map that Zero Oito did with a big quarry? Mine's gone blank. Was it Greenfields? I can't remember now. And it had lime production in it. I think it's 150 grand to buy the lime production. You can, I think it's just a sell point at the moment. When you buy it, you can then manage the production. You can unload your rock, and it will make lime which you can then use. So as we come down into the quarry, you'll see it's quite large, and at various different points around the quarry, and it's quite bumpy. We have got piles of rock. Now you can access those once you've purchased the land. So all the places where there is rock, there's some here. You can just see it there. And through there's a gap round over here, there's a bridge over there, there's a load of rock through an archway there, and if we come down into here, we've also got lime piles as well, which you can access once you own the land. So we've come from here up to the quarry. This plot up here, 62, will set back 1.193 million. If I do that, we own the land, which means we can then access the rock. We can use wheel loaders and stuff. There's a whole load of lime here already if you just want the lime. But if you want lime production, you can just tip up the top there, which is where it tips in. Should have gone up there first, really. There we go. Tips into there. For the lime production, if you want to buy the facility itself, is 150 grand. So buying the land doesn't get you the lime production. You've got to buy that separately. And we can produce lime there. Fairly straightforward. But again, nice detailing. Nice that you can come and get the rock. So you don't have to do this lime production. You don't have to buy it. You can just come and get the lime from there if you just want the lime. Or you can come and get the rock and you can quarry it. It just gives you some extra options for, again, a bit more immersion and a bit more gameplay. So back up to the pickup, wherever I left it. There we go, just there. And we should continue to the next plot of land, which is plot 60 with field 7. Another little farmhouse. This one I think has a silo. I'm trying to remember if it's a silo or a water point. Yes, it has a silo. There you go, just there. It's got a Farmer 800 silo, so it's an 800,000 litre silo. It does have a farmhouse too, and then the field, as I said, field 7. So this is plot 60 with field 7. Nice bit of shed space. We come onto here, back to the map. So we've come down here. We're now at that point there. So plot 60 with field 7. We can buy that for 272 grand. And then we get the access to the Farm 800 silo, another small house with sleep trigger and wardrobe. Come through here. We have got a spinnery on the left, which I'm going to come to in just a moment. So the spinnery is just here, which you can purchase like any other spinnery. and then just past the spinnery, which is just there, we come into here. Oh, the arrows are running the other way. That's interesting. This is the agricultural co-op, so it's a sell point. Actually, you know what? I'll go the wrong way. I'm sure the gate will open. I'll say that. I'm sure it'll open. No, it did. That's all right. You can go around the loop and come back on yourself, but the sell point is just through there, underneath that covered bit there. So this is the agricultural co-op. We'll go back to the map. So outfit up there, we did the sugar production, did the farm there, quarry and lime production, farmhouse and building there, then spinnery, and that one there, agricultural cooperative. We need to cross over the highway now to the sawmill and carpentry, which is just the other side. So we're going to cut across the highway as best we can without causing any problems with traffic, hopefully. Just cut straight across there. So the sawmill, I think, is 100,000. It's a standard sawmill. That's just off to the right there. Lumber can be put into the side there, and the sawmill itself, production and managed production is there. Again, loads of sound effects, as you can hear, as we're going around. Wood chip point there. And the carpentry is this side, with all your inputs, your log and managed production, and then your pallets will spawn out the back there. I do like all the piles of lumber, the piles of wood already processed. Again, lorries waiting to go. It's just packed with cool stuff. I'm going to cut across the grass here, but please bear with me. Should be in traffic at the moment. I wasn't going to go out onto the road, but we just need to go down here, so we'll just cut across and go under the highway. So, southern half of the map again. And I think I want to keep going, I think. Yeah. Cross over the bridge over the river. Be careful, it's quite bumpy, you don't want to catapult yourself into the water. There's a few loose and dodgy planks, as you can see. Just be careful. And to our right, we've got the flour factory, which is in essence a grain mill, but it's been called a flour factory. There's some additions to this one as well. It doesn't just do wheat, barley, oat and sorghum. It does corn flour and soy flour as well, I think, this one. So production is managed from the front. You can go all the way around the back there, which takes you all the way around, and the dumping point for your products is just over there. We'll double check those things actually while we're here. So 100,000 for the flour factory. Wheat, barley, oat, sorghum, corn and soybean flour, yeah, thought it was. Can all be done here. And from here we're moving to another plot that you'll need to purchase if you want access to it. I'm going to cut across the field. Looks like it's withered actually anyway. Or it could just be the weeds in it. Anywho, from here, I'm going to turn down through the trees here to this point here. This is plot 30. There's no field attached to this one. This is plot 30. We have 8 large greenhouses here. And we also have 4 of the large liquid silos. You can see the triggers aren't there available at the moment. If we come into our map, so we came across the highway, sawmill, back out, down there, flour factory. We've now come across there, and we're here at this plot here. So plot 30 with a load of trees and stuff we can do as well. 480 grand. But then we'll give you all the triggers on the greenhouses. These can be removed once you own them if you don't want them here. Like I say, if you want to put another production or something in here, you absolutely can. These are part of the mods. These are under the build mode and mods because these aren't standard ones. These require seed and fertilizer as well, I think. Water, seed and solid fertilizer for the production of these. And like I say, there are 8 of them. Plus we've got 4 of these silos, which are the same ones we've seen before. Water, milk, liquid fertilizer or herbicide you can put in these. So you could do water for some, and oh my, these take solid fertilizer, don't they? It's interesting having 4 there. Anyway, there are 4 there. Sell some if you want to. Barn and building space if you want to use it for storage of equipment, if you're going to be using the greenhouses. But then, like I say, if you don't want that, actually, I wonder if I can remove that building. No, the building won't go, but these will, and so will these. So again, you could put factories, production chains, other things down here, or just leave it with the greenhouses if you want to. Now, we are going to cut across the map now, so I'm going to skip a little bit. I was thinking of just not showing it. That sounds weird. Actually, I don't need to show. What I'm going to show you, though, is this. There's a bridge crossing there we came across. If we go all the way out to here, there's another bridge crossing there. We need to go to the main farm here, but out here at field 19, plot 23, if we select that and buy it, we get another liquids tank and we get another sleep trigger farmhouse just down there in the bottom corner. So in the southwest corner, you get those if you buy that plot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to whiz along, cross over the bridge there and come back to the main farm area. I was just looking at that field, but that field's in separate sections. I was just looking to see if the canning factory or any others there. So I'll see you at the farm, the farm that you start with on New Farmer, in a moment. So just coming into view now is the farm. We have crossed the river. Got this lovely tree-lined approach if you come from this side. A couple of cornfields either side. Obviously they don't necessarily have to have corn in them, but whatever you like in them, but they've got corn in them at the moment. So the modded silo that we saw in the build mode at the start is to our right. That's the million litre one. It's a standard crop type. Just there. We've got another water tower there, and we've got our sleep trigger house there. We've got our vehicles and machinery. But we do also start with an absolute load of stuff. So we've got seed, we've got fertilizer, we've got herbicide. If we go into there, we'll look at the cows in a minute. A lot of these actually start with stuff in them. So our fertilizer spreader has got liquid fertilizer in already. Our lime spreader, which can do fertilizer as well, has already got stuff in it. What else have we got? The trailer hasn't got anything in it. We do have 2 tractors over there, tucked around the back. We've got a Massey, and we've got a John Deere 6250, and then we've got a New Holland harvester with header, and we've just seen that we've got another header just tucked around the back there. The regular header, that's the corn header. All of this stuff, actually, that's what I was going to check in this menu. Let's scroll down to our vehicles and machinery. Actually, no, it's all saying 0 months. Because it looks dirty, I thought maybe some of it's going to be in need of repair, but it looks like it's all new stuff, which is pretty cool. If we go back to this menu then and scroll down, you'll see the list of owned machinery. It's all here. We'll see the forage wagon in a minute. We've got a feed mixer, there's an animal transport, livestock trailer, the planters and rollers. It's all here. But that's all the start equipment, and there's plenty of it. Slot count then. We finally got there. On New Farmer, which I'm on, it's 1,670. Quite high, but like I said, there's a lot of detail on this map. Because of this little farms you can buy that have got silos, that have got liquid tanks, the greenhouses, those kind of things, there are some hidden slots. So that even if you come into a farm manager or start from scratch, you could buy up all those plots, remove all those buildings, you could get the slot count lower. If you come onto a farm manager or start from scratch, the slot count comes down to 1,474. Like I say, all the buildings and stuff are all still here, including the animals are still here, but you don't have any of the vehicles and machinery. So the only difference between them is the vehicles and machinery, but like I say, you could come in and remove it all if you want to. As we move over to here, this is what I was saying about, if you can remove this, if you get rid of the cows, you can remove this cow building, but this modded one isn't available in the mods. Our loading wagon, as you can see, is here and has got 23,000 litres of straw in it. We've got our straw trigger here, our silage point just there. If we come around the side here and we come inside, we've got a manure heap, which has got some manure in it already. We've got some milk, 112 litres. We've got water already in here, 11, where's the water? It says 11,000 litres. We have got some feed in here. Total meat ration, 11,900. But we've also got silage bales, hay bales and straw bales already good to go. We've also got some mineral feed, so there's a load of stuff here to get ourselves going or keep ourselves going. If we go around the corner to our triggers, that's for the manure heap. We've got our dialogue box. Livestock trailer is just around there. Water tank's just there, or water tank and water tanker. We've got 60 out of a potential 250 cows that can be in this pasture just here, with the feed point just being down there. I like the layout of it as well. I don't know, it's nice. It's very picturesque. I'm liking it a lot. So, I'm just checking down my list to make sure I haven't missed anything. I probably have. Like I said, there's a lot going on here. Apologies if I have. So, leaving the farm behind. A memory in our rear view mirrors. We can head back up north. I think, I will check the map before we finish. I think that will have taken in a complete loop of everything. We'll see, won't we? So, continuing. We're now heading north. Actually, that was what oh no, you can't buy that. I was going to say, I wanted to check to see if I could buy that, but I think I already checked it. We've just gone past this bit here with that big sort of substation. No, we can buy the plots either side of it, but you can't buy that one. So, next up then is the livestock market, which again, really immersive. There's animals and stuff in here already. There's a big old trailer, like the forklift truck at the main vehicle shop. We have got an animal transport trailer here. You've got access to if you want it. And I like the fact we've got a bit of everything, and they're not just static either. We've got cows and chickens and pigs and sheep all here, which just adds to that immersion. So, animal dealer just there with a livestock trailer. I think we can use that livestock trailer actually. I don't know if this will work with this, will it? No, it won't, will it? It'll only work with a gooseneck, I'm pretty sure. No. Looks like it will. It doesn't look like a static one. But over here we've got a sell point. No, not a sell point, a buy point. So here we can buy manure and slurry. So if you want to come here to the livestock market and buy some, if you haven't got any animals yet or they're not producing or you just want to do it, you can buy it. We've got the animal dealer sell point, which is in here. That's usually for bale related things, as you can see, so grass, hay, straw, silage, that kind of thing. And then before we exit out through the gates, let's back up a little bit because they open inwards. We do. Around the sides here we've got an animal food buy point, so we can come here to buy animal food, light tile mix ration. I think we can buy wheat and stuff for chickens and oats and stuff for horses and that kind of thing. So we were at the farm here. We came across the river there, came onto the farm, did the farm area, came out of there and up here. We're now at the livestock market, which is just there, and we started just here, parked outside of the supermarket and the restaurant. There's little, what I like is as well, being in Brazil, mad on their football, there's not a baseball stadium here. You've got the sort of building there, but there's a football pitch. We'll just whiz up to that. But like I said, I've been around the whole map. I haven't found a canning factory. I hope I haven't missed it. I don't think I have. But yeah, so it's a great map. Absolutely packed full of features and sound effects and cool stuff, which I really like. It works really, really well. So what we'll do is we'll just put in here. We'll have a look before we finish. Look, how cool. Unfortunately, you can't kick the football, but you could throw it. Oh, look. Spoiler alert. If you didn't want to find one, if you wanted to find them yourself, there may be a collectible here on the football pitch. That's very cool. So that's it. That's BR-163 MS by Oito. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.